Welcome to Election Night 2016, where we have Ron Paul, the incumbent, hoping to win a second term. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton was the frontrunner this election for a while, or was expected to be, until she had a surprise challenger from Bernie Sanders. And after narrowly winning, lots of Democrats are upset with her, which could lead to a Democrat lack of turnout, which would be very good for the Republicans, as Ron Paul is certainly not safe tonight with his approval rating being at the upper 40s, low 50s. So with that, we have the first poll closings of the night in states of Indiana, Kentucky, Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia, Vermont, and Florida. We project in the state of Vermont, Hillary Clinton will win the state's 3 electoral votes. Meanwhile, Ron Paul will win Indiana's 11. Kentucky's 8 will also go to Ron Paul. Ron Paul will win South Carolina's 9 electoral votes. Georgia, 16. Virginia is too close to call with 19% reporting. Clinton has a solid lead, but we expect that to shrink. Same with Florida, too close to call, 20% in. Clinton also has a solid lead, but the big thing we're looking at here is the electoral votes, 29. That is critical to both sides' success. On the road to 270, we have Ron Paul with 44 electoral votes to Hillary Clinton's 3. 7:30 p.m. poll closings include Ohio, West Virginia, and North Carolina. In the state of West Virginia, with its 5 electoral votes, we project Ron Paul will win. Ohio, however, is too close to call. A very close match there. Only 14% reporting, though. 18 electoral votes. That is another big prize. North Carolina's 15. Obama won it in 2008. Ron Paul won it in 2012. Both sides are optimistic about their chances this year. 8 p.m. poll closing. This is where it gets interesting. We have Illinois, North Dakota, South Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Maine, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, the District of Columbia, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, and the rest of Florida. We project in the state of Tennessee, with its 11 electoral votes, Ron Paul will win. Ron Paul will win in the state of Alabama with its 9 electoral votes, Mississippi with its 6, Texas with its 38, massive win there, Oklahoma with its 7, Kansas with its 6, South Dakota with its 3, and North Dakota with its 3. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton will win Barack Obama's home state of Illinois with its 20 electoral votes, Rhode Island's 4, Connecticut's 7, New Jersey's 14, Delaware's 3, Maryland's 10. The District of Columbia, safe Democrat area there, Hillary Clinton will win its 3 electoral votes, and Massachusetts with its 11, no shocker there. The Electoral College, Ron Paul has a 133-74 lead, still a lot of states left to be called. And on the road to 270, Ron Paul is leading, and only in the uncalled states, Ron Paul is only leading North Carolina. Every other state right now is swinging towards Clinton. 8:30 p.m. poll closings include the state of Arkansas, which we project will go to Ron Paul with its 6 electoral votes. Meanwhile, 9 p.m. poll closings include Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, Wyoming, Nebraska, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Louisiana, and New York. We project Arizona's 11 electoral votes will go to Ron Paul, as will Missouri's 10, Wyoming's 3, Nebraska's 5, all of its districts, Louisiana's 8, and New York's 29 will go to Hillary Clinton. Colorado, a critical state, too close to call, as with New Mexico, although we expect Clinton to pull it out in the end. Minnesota, Clinton has a massive lead, 35% in. Wisconsin, 30% in, 10 electoral votes, trending Republican, but Clinton's still leading in the polls there. Florida is too close to call, but 78% in. We have a nail-biter there, with Ron Paul ahead by about a point. 29 electoral votes. Whoever wins that is that's critical for the election. Meanwhile, we have the 10 p.m. poll closings in Nevada, Utah, Idaho, Iowa, and Montana. In the state of Idaho, we project Ron Paul will win the state's 4 electoral votes, Utah's 6, Montana's 3, while Clinton will win Nevada's 6 electoral votes. Iowa is too close to call, although Ron Paul has a solid lead with 28% reporting. The 11 p.m. poll closings include the states of Washington, California, Oregon, and Hawaii. California's 55 electoral votes will go to Hillary Clinton. Oregon's 7 will go to her as well, as will Washington's 12, and Hawaii's 4. Good wins for Clinton. We have an exact tie right now, with Clinton with 188 electoral votes, and Ron Paul is also with 188 electoral votes. Ron Paul has gained the leads in several swing states, although Hillary has held on to her leads as well. We have the first key race alerts of the night. The state of Wisconsin, at 89% reporting, we project will go to Hillary Clinton with its 10 electoral votes. Meanwhile, Minnesota, with 77% reporting, we project will go to Hillary Clinton with 50. She will win it with 56% of the vote. We project in the state of Michigan with 16 electoral votes, Clinton will get 54% of the vote and win the state. Meanwhile, in Pennsylvania, Hillary has 52% of the vote with 86% reporting. We project she will win the state's 20 electoral votes. As she will win the state of Maine with 56% of the vote, she will win all the districts. Meanwhile, New Mexico, no shocker there, 5 electoral votes, will also go to Hillary Clinton with 75% reporting. However, in the state of Florida, we project Ron Paul will win with 51% of the vote. Ron Paul will easily win. A nail-biter there, but Ron Paul will pull it out, increasing on his margin from 2012. On the road to 270, we have Hillary Clinton with 253 electoral votes to 217 for Ron Paul. Hillary Clinton has kept the blue wall together, and it's paying off for her. Right now, she is the favorite. Although Ron Paul is leading in several crucial states, she does have to flip at least one. The 1 a.m. poll closings are in the state of Alaska. With its 3 electoral votes, we project will go to Ron Paul. Key race alerts. North Carolina, with 82% reporting and 51% of the vote, we project Ron Paul will win the state's 15 electoral votes. The state of Iowa, with its 6 electoral votes, 74% reporting, and with 53% of the vote, we project Ron Paul will win. Ohio, 94% reporting, with 50% of the vote, and its 18 electoral votes will go to Ron Paul. A very close race there. On the road to 270, Ron Paul has now taken a very narrow lead with 259 electoral votes to Hillary Clinton's 253. Only 3 states remain uncalled. Key race alerts. We project in the state of Colorado, Ron Paul will get 50% of the vote with 98% reporting and win the state's 9 electoral votes. This puts Ron Paul at 268 electoral votes to Hillary Clinton's 253, with only 2 states remaining uncalled. Key race alerts. We project in the state of Virginia, with 92% of the vote in and 51% of the vote, Hillary Clinton will win the state's 13 electoral votes. Meanwhile, in New Hampshire, a very close race there, with 99% of the vote in and 4 electoral votes, we project Ron Paul will win the state, carrying him to the presidency. And with that, Ron Paul will win the general election and serve a second term as President of the United States. Ron Paul will finish with 272 electoral votes to Hillary Clinton's 266. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to like and subscribe.